What's up, guys? Part two on taking back control over your attention, taking back control over your thoughts, your focus. And I wanted to drill in on this point again because it is just so important, guys. This one thing that it led me to one thing that I got, right after I recorded that other video was, I believe it was Rockefeller. The guy that was, he was super rich, right? And there's a lot of controversial information and whatnot that you could find about this guy from the past. But in any case, he was quoted famously as saying, "I'm not trying to create a nation of intelligent people. I'm trying to create a nation of loyal workers, of docile workers." I mean, I could even look up the exact quote, but this statement here kind of just sums it all up. Let's see, Rockefeller, nation of workers. It popped right up. It's like the first result here. I don't want a nation of thinkers. I want a nation of workers. The school, so he was the one that began, he had a huge influence in the way that the education system is run here. And there's a lot of information about this you can look up. Actually, Iman Ghazi has a really good video about this. But in any case, like, I believe a lot of it actually began in Prussia because they were trying to literally indoctrinate people, especially boys, with all this nationalism and all of this, really kind of brainwash them so that they would go to war for the country. But regardless, the main point being is that the way that our entire society is designed and set up from the get-go, from the jump, as soon as we get into the school system, it is about sit down, do as you're told, listen to the adult, listen to the authority figure, shut up, and you can only go to the bathroom, you can only ask a question when we tell you, like raise your hand, a single file line, all this stuff. Now, on a certain level, yeah, of course, to a certain degree, it makes sense because as children are going to run amok unless there's order, right? But what I want us to understand is that we've been indoctrinated with this idea. We seek permission. That's why a lot of us grow up as adults and we're still seeking some sort of permission from some sort of outside authority figure. And the problem is we are our own authority. When we grow up, once we're past like freaking whatever it is, it doesn't matter, 15, 16 years old, like you should become the own authority in your life. You may not have all the freedoms yet, but you're old enough that you start making decisions for yourself. You need to start looking around and deciding, oh, this path that everybody else is going on, after everybody else is jumping off a bridge, am I going to start doing the same thing? No. You should be an independent thinker. You should cultivate your ability to think, your ability to look for solution-based thinking. What is it that I want? If somebody else is recommending this, well, what kind of results have they gotten in their life? Is that the type of result that I want? And if it's not, then I probably shouldn't be listening to that person, right? You really need to take back control of your own mind. So what I'm getting at with this is it's not just the school system anymore. It's like the TV, Netflix, social media, all of it is designed to keep us in this very low level state of thinking. It's very, very primitive. It's very primal. It's very we grew up in tribes, right? And people they know this, right? The powers that be, or the people that have designed these apps, the people that have designed the system, they understand that we still respond to these primitive stimuluses. So the drama that hooks our attention. And we came up in tribes, and so we had to pay attention to those things when there was drama in the tribe, and we were like, okay, this is a sign that somebody's going to get hurt or something bad's going to happen. So we put our focus and attention there, right? And it's a part of our hardwiring. But when you really understand that all this stuff is doing, it's hooking our attention, and it's really controlling our focus. It's taking our focus off from ourselves, off from what we want to accomplish in our life, off from what we want to create in our life. And it's literally derailing us off into the most primal, the most lowest level, garbage that's possible. You start to really see it for what it is. So when you go home and you're mindlessly going, you're scrolling, you're doing this, you're watching that show that just came out, the trash television, you're basically a sheep. You're basically asleep. You're basically saying, oh yeah, let me get herded like cattle, just like the rest of them, into this, thing for the slaughterhouse, like sheep to the slaughter, like goats to the slaughter. Because you're not able to, because now you are getting, and this gets, whatever, man, this might offend some people, right? But you're being trained to become a wage slave. You're being trained to become, that's modern day slavery, is I'm going to work, 9 to 5 every single day from the time that I'm 22, whatever, I graduate college, and now I'm in student debt, all these student loans, and now I'm going to have to do this just to repay the debt. I'm accruing interest, all this stuff. You're handcuffed. It's modern day slavery is what it is. It's not that much different, honestly. It's a euphemism to say that I have student debt and I need to work at this job and all this stuff. You're basically a slave. And so that's how it's been designed. All these things are designed to keep you asleep, to keep you in this sleepwalking state, so that you don't understand your power, so that you don't take, accountability, so that you don't do these things that we talk about on this channel, that is reclaiming your power. You standing in the mirror and affirming to yourself who it is that you're becoming, the opportunities that are coming to you, the decision that you decide who you're going to be, not some outside society, not some outside authority, not some outside circumstance. That is what we are doing. We are taking our power back. We are reclaiming our power. So when you entertain all this stuff, when you start going with the mainstream, just because, and that's what's really messed up around, in our current day and age, is like all this stuff is like what's popular, what's cool, is like, oh yeah, did you watch, the latest episode of this show, or are you watching the gossip going on with this, or like the Kardashians and all this stuff? And it's like, it's literally designed to keep you asleep. It's designed to keep you sleeping. I don't know, I don't know how else to say it. Yeah, I understand that people I understand, again, tapping into that drama, tapping into that primal instinct to pay attention. But the sooner that you realize what's going on, the sooner that you pull your attention back, the sooner that you withdraw your attention and have selective focus and become discerning with what it is that you're giving your attention to, the sooner that you are going to be able to manifest your goals, the sooner that you are going to be able to take power of your attention, your focus, and become who it is that you want to be, not who the outside narrative tells you that you can or cannot be. Yeah, I mean, even these celebrities that they have all these stories about and stuff, yeah, some of them, for example, I think about, what's her name again? The youngest billionaire, or the youngest whatever. She's got the lip, Kylie Jenner. Yeah, Kylie Jenner. She took, even though she had fame at an early age, well, she actually is an example of somebody that took the reins. She made choices, right? She got those lip injections, and she designed herself. She decided, I'm going to become this version of myself. She looks way different now than she did before she, got her facial surgery and whatever. And she designed an entire brand about the lips, about the lip kits, and that whole brand. Like, I don't know the details of her story, but you can see that even her, as an example, I'm like over here like talking trash about celebrities. It's not that I'm talking trash about celebrities. It's that I'm saying that the way that people are, like, the tabloids, the gossip and the sensationalism of it is what is like messing up your ability to focus. But somebody like Kylie Jenner, they were able to take this, become a step into a new self-concept, step into like the youngest billionaire, right? And she was all over, like, everywhere for that. And that's a big accomplishment. That's cool. She was able to turn this circumstance that she had of the fame and everything into something cool that actually, she manifested that for herself. And so, like, you can see that there, just at every step of the way, at every point of the spectrum, there's always a choice that you make on what you want to focus on. She could have focused on the fact that, I'm just like, I actually am like the ugly duckling of the family. I know that she was like insecure compared to Kendall, because Kendall was a model, right? Her older sister. But she took that and she ran with it, and she became arguably much more successful than Kendall. So it just goes to show that you are the one at cause. You can take the power back at any time that you want to. And I guess the way that I want to finish this video is that just because something's popular, or just because somebody else was doing it, doesn't mean that that's what's going to actually help you in your life. Doesn't mean that that's the best choice to make. It doesn't mean that that is what is for you. And a lot of the times, the people that were willing to bet on themselves, that were willing to go the opposite direction, those are the people that in the end, they did the uncool thing. They decided they were going to read books. They decided they were going to better for themselves. They decided they were going to work on themselves. Those people end up achieving and accomplishing a lot more than the sheep that are just following the herd. Because what are you going to get? You're not going to be able to stand out from the crowd if you are simply following it. Anyways, again, little just reminder here, and little kind of motivation to really pay attention to the things that are going to help you. And whether that is a book, whether that's going to a seminar, whether that is listening to that podcast, instead of taking in the information that is literally not helping you, in fact, it's counterproductive to what it is that you're going for, then do that. Make a different choice. Begin to embody that new version of yourself that gets a different result. Anyways, much love as always. Drop this with a like, hit me with a subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video.